Hey, what's going on, guys? Hex coming back in today with the brand new video. So, My Hero Academia episode 55. Whew! I'm loving it, man. I'm loving this. You know, I said this last week in the episode review that I had. I said, hey, I love that the students got separated because now it's going to give, individual students more time to shine. And we got Momo. This was Momo's episode, and if it did one thing, if this episode did one damn thing, it would show that Momo has really gone through a lot of development, especially since, her and Todoroki fought Aizawa. That's clear, that self-confidence is gone. Momo is back to her, non-self-doubting self, smart. And I even had in my notes, I love watching Todoroki fight in general, whether it's for 20 seconds or 20 minutes. I love it because he's smart. He's such a smart character, the way he fights, and we got to see that whenever he's fighting ninjas, right? We straight up got to see that whenever he's fighting the ninjas. I love that. I absolutely adore things like that. That's why Naruto has most of the best fights probably in anime, flat out, straight up, because they're not just about power. They are about, cunningness, trickiness. They are about, strategy, they are strategic. That's awesome. And that's what this episode really was, essentially, right? And, seeing these different kind of quirks, once again, I mean, Horikoshi, hat off to you. The way you incorporate these variety of abilities, and that's the biggest thing in the shonen and or action series. What's their ability, and what are the abilities underneath that ability? How can they use that said power? And that's really cool to see. Hands down, good episode of My Hero Academia. And another thing really quick here, I love that everyone knows their quirks, once again, because it shows their adaptability. And Aizawa hit on that last episode as well. He said, hey, I didn't tell them that I was crushing UA. I didn't tell them this or that. I did not tell them a damn thing because it's not going to change anything. These students are who they are. These students are already mentally heroes. Maybe not physically. Last arc, not exactly last arc, but whenever they went to the training campgrounds, that's kind of what Aizawa said. He said, look, you guys have gotten better at fighting, your style, and your skill set, but you have not really increased your power all too much, which after that, they did increase their power, of course, like Todoroki, for example. He can actually use the fire and ice a little bit better now, and he can kind of sort of use us simultaneously, right? So, and so on and so forth. The other students, shoot style, Deku, and all the other, special abilities these students have, gotten to. So, I love seeing that they've gone, higher, and they keep climbing that ladder, and mentally they are already professional heroes. As I was just saying, he's like, they're already good enough to go. I didn't tell them a damn thing because it wasn't going to change a fucking thing. So, I love that. I can't wait to see, where they go, like Aizawa said. And every scene Aizawa has had in this arc has just been hype, from first him saying that, hey, I didn't tell them anything because we're a step ahead of you guys. Mentally especially. They've already been in scenarios where they had to fight villains. They know what the hell they're doing. They know adaptability. But at the same time, these two students, their presence, their presence is just something special, and I can't wait to see where they go, and, I think he's talking about the whole class when he said, I can't wait to see where they go, but I think that's truly trying to be a focus on Deku and Bakugo for sure. I cannot wait to see where they go, and I cannot wait to see where those two go is really what it meant to me personally. So, whenever I heard that and he said, they're not leaders, they're not the most popular, I disagreed on the Deku part. Deku's a straight-up leader. Look at the very beginning of this arc. Aizawa is most definitely wrong about him not being a leader. Look at the very first episode of this, this provisional licensing exam. He said, guys, stay together. Guys, this is what they're doing. He was organizing it. He was, setting up this structure and or format to fight as a team in order to get through this. He is most definitely a leader, if anyone in this class by far. So I don't know what the dialogue in the manga is for that scene. I'd love if someone let me know down in the comments below or Twitter. That'd be the absolute best way to get a hold of me. But I just highly disagree with Deku not being a leader. And I'm not wrong. I'm just straight up saying I'm not wrong. Anyone that knows the that goes and reads the definition of leadership or leader, clearly you look at Deku and what he's done. That's him. It's him. I mean, he's clearly set. Whenever they rescue Bakugo, he set up that he set that up. Whenever they tried to rescue Bakugo the first time, he set up that chasing the magic guy. He has set up things. He is truly a leader on the battlefield, and there's no doubting that whatsoever. There's no if, there's no and there's no but. He is a leader, and I definitely say he's popular too. Everyone, whenever they see Deku or Midoriya, they're like, yeah, it's Deku. Woohoo! I mean, he got voted for head of the class. Remember? Don't tell me he's not popular. He got voted in to be the president, the class representative. He is definitely popular. My boy's popular as shit. He's popular and he's a leader. So Azabu, I don't know where that came from, but I will tell you this, buddy. I fucking love you still either way. Now, the last thing to talk about was the flesh guy. So when I saw the flesh guy, you know, to myself, I was thinking, all right, this guy, I've heard about this guy. This guy's really strong. He literally just turns people into like a pile of flesh. That's scary as shit. So, you know, I think his biggest weakness in his ability is going to be that, I mean, you can apprehend a villain, but can you truly crush somebody? Because he has to sacrifice his limb. We see that his arms dissolving and stuff like that whenever he does this technique. But one thing that caught me off guard, and one thing I absolutely love, and I'll probably say this in my next video, hopefully I remember, we have two rival schools. And they're the two top schools, and they're considered equals, but they don't hate each other. That's cool. That's cool as shit. That's, you know, so refreshing, because it's such a cliche to have two top schools. One's on the east, one's on the west, one's on the north, one's on the south. You know, one's Academy Dragons of the purple bunnies, and other one's the Dragon Academy of the pink bunnies, and they're supposed to hate each other. And yes, I know I'm probably gonna get some comment flack in that, you know, some flack in the comments below when I just did that demonstration. But it's cool to see them respect each other. But what I really like about this character is he doesn't respect the students, but he respects the school, and he's pissed off at the students because they act so irrational. And you know, irrational is true. And the way, you know, the way in which they act is irrational, but it's justified. Sometimes the rules are meant to be broken, and the Bakugo situation was most definitely one of those times, I believe. Because, I mean, look, no matter what you do in life, you're never making the wrong decision. Of course, it's certain scenarios, but this is true. You know, it's different in certain scenarios, but this holds true. Whatever you do in life, you're not making the wrong decision, even if it's irrational, as long as it works out. Now, I mean, there's of course certain things you need to think about in life before you make a crazy decision, but if there's some kind of logic to the decision, but it's irrational at the same time, but then it's a success in the end, then it's justified. And everything that, you know, Class 1A has done has been justified because it's always been a success in the end. And it's been, you know, it's been for the right thing. They've done the right thing. They've been there for each other and never left each other hanging. So, other than that though, guys, be sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, X25. I mean, My Hero Academia, it's just a great show, man. It's just a simply great show. This is how it should be for shows, and you know, I'm glad it came out, because there's going to be a lot of authors that try to copycat My Hero Academia, and if you try to copycat a shonen, like a lot of shonen try to do to one another, if you copycat a great shonen that's written tremendously well, then hey, you're in for a good copycat show. You're in for a show that's going to get my attention. You're in for a show that's going to have better writing, because you see how he writes these characters. He focuses on the support characters, Horikoshi does. You know, he gives support characters an identity. A lot of shows may not do that. They give them an arc, then nothing. But these characters truly have identities. You know, there's a lot of characters in Gintama that have identities even. There's some other shows, you know, I've been watching recently, like Black Clover, you know, it gives a supporting cast an identity, but not as heavily. I'm not going to go that far. He has not done enough to make it feel as, you know, as heavily as like a My Hero Academia. But Overlord, I mean, when I look at the Guardians, Sebas, whenever, you know, I look at other characters like, I don't want to necessarily say Shaltir, but Tuare and the blonde girl that works as Sebas' maid, they have been given personas. The blonde girl that works as his maid needs a little bit more, but I look at Climb, you know, I look at Ungloss. They truly have these personas, and they're only support characters, and that's what makes the show great, and that's why My Hero Academia continues to be great. As always, guys, you guys have been Hex. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.